This here is part of the Technology Demonstration Funds, which NRG has been developing new technology to commercialize and to deploy in the state of California and further throughout the nation. We have more than 450 charging stations across the United States with the EVgo network, and it's growing. So California is where we have the most of our charging stations. This here is what we call our Spec Demonstration. That's for stationary storage plus electric charging. And what we're doing is we are primarily looking at how do we reduce the cost of DC charging. Because especially in the state of California and in San Diego Gas and Electric, demand charges and operation charges are real. And so it's a challenge to figure out how do we mitigate those operational charges while maintaining a reasonable cost for our customers. So the technologies that we have here, we have 2 DC charging stations. These are combo, CHAdeMO and SAE combo. They're just kind of like plain vanilla charging stations for us. Not really terribly special, but ABB has provided good products for us. The solar array is about 15 kW, so that's feeding right into our distribution panel and going then back to the microgrid. So that's what you see installed here today. Now phase 2, which is upon us in the next month, what we're installing is 2 stacks of second life batteries. And those batteries are going to be used to figure out what kind of services we can provide on site. First of all, how do we reduce demand on site for our customers? Second of all, we have only 200 amps coming into this site. So what happens if we want to introduce more charging stations? Are we going to have enough grid service to be able to provide the optimal amount of service to our customers? Well, if it's too expensive to drop a new utility line in here, how can we use batteries as another opportunity to increase our capacity?
Behind me is the largest commercially available fuel cell in the world, 2.8 megawatts. Fuel cells operate like a battery. It operates off of electrical chemical conversion. No combustion. The emissions on a fuel cell is so low. In California, it's regarded as an ultra-clean technology. It does not need a California Air Resources Board permit. All you need to do is tell the local Air Resources Board that you've installed one in their district.
So essentially, on campus, we're going to have 9 vehicles, which are vehicle-to-grid capable. We're going to have Honda plug-in electric hybrids, as well as Nissan Leafs. This station is for a Honda plug-in electric hybrid, and that's because the Honda is using the inverter equipment on the vehicle to rectify the power and push it back onto the grid. Now there's a lot of challenges with that, and that's part of the questions that we're trying to answer. Standards around the National Electric Code, UL 1741, utility questions. What does this actually mean? And for your reference, when I say vehicle to grid, what I mean is that the car will charge and will also discharge electricity out of its battery back onto the grid. And there's a wide variety of what this means. I mean, does that mean that you're going to take, if I'm at 90%, you're going to take me down to 10%? No, not exactly. That's not what we're trying to do. It's all in the hands of the consumers.
What you have here are 2 40-foot pads. And what these pads are for is that most energy storage devices, most distributed energy resources, come in 40-foot containers or in 20-foot containers. So what we've done is we've laid down these 40-foot pads for people like you to come with your 40 or 20-foot container, install on site. We give you the specs for interface, communications, etc. And you come in here and you test. And when you're done, you vacate, make room for someone else to come in. So we call this our Motel 6 strategy.